All right, so here we are. This is my 2015 John Muir Trail gear list video. Last year I attempted the trail. I don't know if you saw my page, you can see my failed attempt at the John Muir Trail. I made it halfway through, 111 miles, but yeah, I blew my foot out. I had a neuroma in my foot. And so I actually had that surgically repaired back in November. So my foot is feeling great now. I think I'm ready to go. And I think last year I wasn't mentally prepared for it. I know exactly what to expect this year. It's a tough hike. And I was out there by myself. This year I'm taking a buddy of mine with me, old Marine buddy. We're going to be out there. This year I'm going to average. Last year I was averaging 15.5 miles a day. I was trying to get the thing done in 2 weeks. This year I'm averaging just under 12.4 miles a day. The base weight of my pack is also much lighter this year too. You'll see in the stuff that I bought, I traded out a lot of things. I spent a lot of money this year, but it's paid off big time in my weight. My base weight is 29 pounds on my pack. So, and that's everything. That's with this camera too. I traded out. I bought a Canon Rebel T5i with a Rode mic. I'm not sure how you say it, but I'm going to do a little documenting when I'm out there with this camera. Yeah, basically that's it. I omitted from last year. If you watched my gear list video last year, I had fishing gear and fishing pole and fishing gear. I used it one time. And it was I had no success whatsoever. It was a complete waste. It was 2.5 pounds. It was a complete waste of time and weight in my pack. Some other stuff I had a weather radio that I'd read on somebody's blog that said a weather radio is a good thing to have out there. The thing didn't work at all. It was completely worthless. It was just 4 ounces of weight I didn't need. Compass, never used my compass once. That was stupid. Jolbo sunglasses. I'm not a sunglass person, and when I put them on, it makes my step. I almost fell down going down the backside of Donahue Pass. So decided I don't need sunglasses. So I've got a Boonie Hat that keeps the sun out of my eyes. Flint. I had a flint and emergency whistle. I have waterproof matches. It was stupid. The flint weighs, that's like another 5 or 6 ounces. It was just dumb. I didn't need it. Camp suds. Just wash my stuff in water every night. Every night when I pulled into camp, I would just jump in a lake or a stream or whatever and just wash myself that way. Never used camp suds once. They were completely worthless. And Body Glide. Something else that just worthless. Extra weight. Didn't need it. So, all right, I'm gonna start my video. I'm gonna start going through my stuff here, and yeah, you're gonna see. I'll show you some of the upgrades I've made. So once again, just taking my REI. I bought these at REI Trekking Poles. These things are solid. I love these, man. These have been with me a long time. So I'm starting with the stuff on my body. I've got some Dr. Scholl's on my feet. And here's something. Last year on the trail I had my toes, my pinky toe dug into the toe next to it and made a giant hole in the side of my toe, and it was extremely painful. So this year, in Jinji socks, toe socks. So I'll separate my toes, keep that from happening again. And that was another thing too. Last year I had Gore-Tex boots. These boots were heavy, clunky, waterproof. They didn't breathe, and I had big, heavy wool socks. So this year I've got light socks, toe socks, and upgraded my footwear. These are Merrill or Merrill, I think they're Merrill Moab Ventilators. These weigh about a pound less than the other boots, and they're completely breathable. If you get wet, it's not a big deal, because that's what happened to me. I waded through Everland, Ireland Creek or something like that right before Donahue Pass, and water went up over my boot, and within 2 hours I had a giant blister. So, breathable. Taking my Arc'teryx short skin. These Arc'teryx shorts were awesome, man. They're lightweight, breathable, like you put them on. Get some good drafts going through. My belt, my nylon belt from REI, once again, this thing performed amazingly. My Boonie Hat. Just taking a pair of bicycling gloves to wear, so I don't get blisters or anything. Headphones. And also Freck, I don't know how you say it. It's a waterproof iPhone case. The one I used last year was this exact one, and it worked really, really well. It was awesome. And then that way I listened to, podcasts. I was, entertaining myself, listening to a little music while I was out on the trail. Kind of breaks up the monotony of the day. And then Ex Officio underwear. These things were awesome. I love these things. Super breathable, once again. And my Arc'teryx shirt. Man, I love this. Arc'teryx makes some great stuff. It's SPF shirt. Still breathable. It's nice. Performed really well. And I actually gave away my Atlas last year when I was at Muir Trail Ranch. I gave it away to 2 ladies that were heading north on the trail. This thing was a lifesaver. Between this and my GPS, it worked out really well. I never ever got lost. I got lost one time in Tuolumne Meadows. I went a mile out of my way, so that wasn't a big deal. But because there's places, especially in Yosemite, where just a junction will appear and you don't know which way to go because the signs are all messed up. I mean, Yosemite was a mess. I really just didn't want to like Yosemite that much. It was, once I got out of Yosemite, it was beautiful and the hike became very enjoyable. But yeah, Yosemite was just, there was a lot of people. I mean, it just, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed. But the John Muir Trail, it's Eric the Black's Blackwood's Press. This Atlas is freaking amazing. I used it many times a day. It was awesome. Just do yourself a favor and buy it. Now, so that's everything that's on my body. So like I said, this year pack's 29 pounds. I think my base weight last year was probably something 34, 35 pounds. Last year I had a Marmot Gore-Tex. It was a great little Gore-Tex rain jacket. It worked really well, but it weighs a pound. So this year I discovered Z-Pack, and that's Z-P-A-C-K. And Z-Pack has a rain jacket, and this thing weighs, I think it's 4 ounces or 5 ounces. And fits perfect and completely waterproof, and it's saving me, I don't know, 8 ounces, 9 ounces, something like that. And it wasn't much more expensive than the Marmot Gore-Tex. I think this was like $280. The Marmot was $200. Z-Pack pack cover for whenever it rains. I had an Osprey one that weighs 7 ounces. This weighs just under 3, or no, I'm sorry, no, just under 2. It's 1 5/8 ounce. So I'm saving about 5 ounces here. And this thing's this is $50 on Z-Pack's website, and it compresses down to the size of a baseball, and it covers my entire pack. This is an 88 liter Osprey. I'm using this again, and this pack was awesome. Last year I loved it. Love the 88 liters. Oh, I wish I would have had this last year. What was I thinking? Mosquitoes were awful. They were terrible last year. Mosquito netting. I don't know. I'm going in August this time. My first day on the trail, I believe, is August 15th. But I think I would have done bad things for one of these last year. Mosquitoes were just awful. So I've heard they're not as bad in August. So whatever. I'm ready for them this year. Z-Pack gloves. These are just they're fully waterproof gloves. I can't remember how much they were. I think they're like $30 or $40. Because I had one day, my first night, it rained in Yosemite when I stayed in Yosemite, and I woke up the next day and it was probably like 38 degrees and just freezing cold, and my fingers got so numb I could barely light my fire to get my food going. So this year I have gloves. teepee, and then inside the teepee I've got alcohol wipes. So I've got enough alcohol wipes to, you know, to do a little sanitizing after doing the business. Trowel. Use that. Suntastic's charger, the solar charger. I use this all the time. I use bungee cords. I strapped to the top of my pack, and I just charge my phone while I hiked. Charge my GPS. Charge my camera. This thing worked awesome. It was such a smart investment, because that way you don't have to carry a ton of batteries. And then I got a bunch of clothespins, which somebody messaged me on YouTube last year, and they said clothespins are a waste of space and a waste of money. I don't know, man. I like hygiene. You know, I mean, I don't have to be. I'm not like a neat germaphobe or anything, but I just like to be cleaned. So every night when I pulled into camp, I would do my laundry, you know, clean my dirty clothes you know, in a stream or lake, whatever, and then hang them out to dry. I had a clothesline, and that always had, you know, fresh, clean clothes. It just it helps with the morale, I think, or at least mine. Camp spoon. And last year I had an MSR Hyperflow or something like that, water filter. This year, saving a few ounces, I changed over to the Sawyer Squeeze. I saw somebody's video last night, and he said these are worthless, just get a water bottle. So I don't know, I'll test them out and see if they're worthless. I'll just throw them away at Res Meadow and get a Fiji bottle. But Sawyer Squeeze saved me, saved a few ounces, and it was pretty cheap. I think it was like $45. Alright. And before I forget, the Delorme. Can't find my phone. Anyway, the Delorme InReach SE. This thing was awesome. I was able to keep in contact with my family the entire time I was out on the trail. You text, you can send and receive texts. It does it. You do it via your cell phone, and you download. You get their app, and you download maps, and so it turns your, like I said last year, it turns your cell phone into a GPS. So between my GPS, between this and that John Muir Trail Atlas, it was almost impossible to get lost. I should knock on wood now, because I will find a way. But anyway, yeah, it sends your text out immediately, and then it checks a satellite every 20 minutes for new text. So it's not instantaneous communication. You know, your texts go out immediately, but then every 20 minutes later, a response will come in, or a response to your text will come in. But it's a great way to keep in touch with everybody. And then I've got just a fixed blade knife over here, just a regular Gerber, and I've got pepper spray, small canister of pepper spray. I don't know if it'll do anything to a bear or not. Whatever. I didn't see any bears last year. Saw a ton of deer. A coyote was following me my first day. It was just, I caught him out of the corner of my eye. But yeah, I never did see a bear. Oh, and then I also have a video on my channel on how to make camp shoes. I don't know if I have time, I'm going to make some, but if not, these flip-flops are only 5 ounces. Then these are the ones that were last year on the trail, and these things were 14 or 15 ounces. So, but I did love the camp shoes, man. You gotta have these. It's so great for your feet when you've been hiking all day wearing, and especially last year I was wearing those stupid boots. Thank you for the salesman at REI that talked me into that one too, by the way. I got a pillow. I don't know if I'm gonna bring it or not. It's only 6 ounces. I gotta see. I took this with me to the Grand Canyon because I really wasn't too concerned about weight, and I really appreciated it, because I've cut down on my clothing so much. Last year I used my clothing as a pillow, but this year I've cut down on my clothing so much that I don't really have much to make a pillow out of. So, I'll see how it goes. Bowl. I use this in the mornings for oatmeal. Use it at night. I brought mashed potatoes, stovetop stuffing. I also bought powdered cheddar cheese, powdered butter, It's just awesome way to supplement calories, and I'd throw that in with there. And I also got freeze-dried sausage. I got all that stuff on Amazon. And in addition to my Mountain House meals, you know, a nice big bowl of like mashed potatoes with the powdered butter and powdered cheddar, and some freeze-dried sausage was awesome. Because the Mountain House wasn't enough by itself. So then I've got my flask for celebratory drink on top of Mount Weenie. I've got some Don Julio 1942. Excellent tequila. So this will be our celebratory drink on Whitney when I finish it this year. Coffee mug, man, oh, and I'm taking more coffee this year. Coffee was, I mean, it was tough. When you wake up in the morning, it was tough to eat. I had to force myself. And the one thing that really went down easy though was coffee. So you know, drink coffee, have a cup of coffee first, and then force the food down. But yeah, it was mornings are a little rough, but coffee was awesome. Here's my Sea2summit Waterproof Bag. I've got my microphone wind cover. I've got a little, I can't remember what this is. This is a shutter thing. I can do time-lapse photography with this, with my camera, which I will be doing. Also have GoPro, and then over there. And then, so I'm going to carry my camera in here when it's not in use, and then wrap it shirt around it or something for protection. I can't remember what brand this is. Pack towel, I guess it is, from REI. It's just a microfiber towel and a microfiber washcloth. Like I said, every night I jumped in the lake, I jumped in the river, whatever I had to do, man. It's just lifts your spirits to be just when you're so sweaty and dirty, and you can, you know, clean yourself off. So I use these all the time. Jetboil Zip Stove. This thing was awesome, man. Performed great. Does everything I needed to do. I've got a couple extra canisters of fuel. Last year I took 4. It need 3 at the absolute most. And here's another one of my investments for this year. Last year I had a Eureka one-man tent, and it weighed almost, it was probably 4 pounds with all the extra stakes. It was, let's see, I think 4 pounds, like 3 ounces or something like that. This year I did so much research, and thanks to Outdoor Gear Lab too. Outdoor Gear Lab is awesome. It's a great website. They review all these different products, and they list the weight and the rating. And I mean, I use these, and I found on Outdoor Gear Lab they reviewed this tarp tent double rainbow, the tarp tent, and it weighs 2 pounds, I think, with everything, all the stakes in here, guy lines, all that stuff. This is 2 pounds 13 ounces, so I'm saving 1.5 pounds. And that other tent, the Eureka, was a one-man tent. This is a 2-man tent. I can fit all my gear in here, no problem whatsoever. It's way more roomy. Yeah, way more headroom. I mean, just everything about this tent just kicks the crap out of the Eureka. And yeah, and it weighs nothing. And Barricade, once again, performed great. It was a great little, I mean, you have to have it out there. They make you when you're on the John Muir Trail because of the bears. But yeah, it's a great chair. It doubles as a great chair at nighttime. We just want to take a load off. So that thing was great, man. Extra Dr. Scholl's. And now this year, this is so since I've got a camera, I wanted to take a tripod with me, but every tripod I looked at was super heavy. And then I started looking online, doing a little research, and came across this little gem right here. This is Trail Pix. I think we can focus in on it. And it's TRAILPIX, Trail Pix. And you basically, it uses, this is all that comes with it. Then there's 2 more holes. You use your hiking sticks, and then your camera mounts to the top. So it uses stuff that you already have that you're carrying with you anyway, existing. So I think the lightest tripod I found was 1 pound, and it was just small and crappy, wasn't any good. It was really short. This weighs a total of 6 ounces. and it's just regular height. I can have a regular height of with a normal tripod, and a normal tripod that would weigh 3 or 4 pounds. So 6 ounces. Yeah, trail picks, man, awesome. This guy crowdfunded. He invented this and crowdfunded it. So I don't know. I stumbled on it one night online. It was amazing. Saw. I've got a hand saw. I didn't use it last year at all. But I didn't do any campfires. But this year, my buddy and I we've sworn that we're gonna do some campfires. So I've got a saw for cutting wood. Sewing kit. I didn't use it last year, but man, it weighs nothing, and it's just, what can it hurt? Just a little waterproof LED flashlight, nothing fancy. Avon Skin So Soft Bug Guard. It's got an SPF, and it keeps mosquitoes away. I mean, it did a pretty good job, because I mean, the mosquitoes out there, I named them kamikaze mosquitoes, because dude, those things would just dive bomb. They didn't care. But this kept them off pretty well. Did a pretty good job. Tent repair kit, just in case. Some nylon cord extra. Here's my some more nylon cord. I use this as my clothesline. Couple extra containers. I'm gonna put Dr. Boudreaux's butt paste in here. That was a lifesaver last year, because sometimes you get walking all day and your ass is sweating and you get chafed. That stuff is for a baby, like rash, like diaper rash, whatever, but it works really well for hikers. So yeah, Dr. Boudreaux's butt paste. Comes in a yellow tube. Then I've got extra bungee cords. Swiss Army knife. I use this thing all the time, man. This thing was awesome. If you hike the John Muir Trail without one, you are a damn fool. And then these carabiners, figure 9 carabiners. These things were freaking amazing too. I do make these. Use them for my clothesline. You can use them to hang stuff if you have cord. Those were awesome. Deep woods off, dry, DEET. And then here's my hygiene / battery holder. So I got all my chargers that I'll plug into my solar panel. Extra battery for my Canon Rebel. Toothpaste, toothbrush, floss, all this stuff, man, comes in handy out there. Excedrin. Last year I was anticipating a hangover. There was a very bad hangover at Res Meadow. Res Meadow I didn't factor in. It's up at 7,500 feet. And I tore into, I don't know, I think I had a 6-pack or 8 fat tires, and then I had a little vodka too. But I was drunk dialing. It was fun. Next day was not fun, trying to force down breakfast. But the cafe, man, it was good. I could see through my hangover. I knew it was a good breakfast. It tasted good, but yeah, hungover as hell. Ibuprofen. I'm bringing a ton of it. I don't know how much I'll need. Last year it was nice just to pop a couple of those. Just takes away a few of the exit pains. Extra batteries, a lighter, waterproof matches just in case the lighter goes out. Moleskin. Used a little bit of this last year. Not as much as I thought I was going to. And then I've got some Alka-Seltzer cold. I've heard if you get a cold out there, it just makes life hell. Ibuprofen PM. I use this the first couple nights. It's kind of tough to sleep the first couple nights when you're out there. But by night number 3, you just get out there, you're just exhausted, so I just fall asleep right away. Extra alcohol wipes, some Band-Aids, Neosporin, gotta have that out there. And then just a little mini roll of duct tape, because duct tape can fix almost anything, man. And then another upgrade I made this year is Therm-A-Rest Z-Lite. I had a blow-up mattress out there last year. The blow-up mattress is comfortable. This is not near as comfortable, but don't worry about it popping. I even though I doubt it was gonna pop, but if it would have just made life hell. So I just did this, and this is this weighs, I can't remember, it's like 4 or 5 ounces less, or no, even I think this is 15 ounces or 1 pound. I don't know. And the mattress I had last year, the Therm-A-Rest, can't remember which one it was, but it was a blow up. It weighed it was like 1.5 pounds. So saving a ton of weight on there, sacrificing comfort. And then finally, last year I had Marmot Cloudbreak 20-degree bag. I can't remember, it weighs 2 pounds, just over 2 pounds. Sea2summit Dry Sack. It's a compression sack, dry. I've got, my biggest investment this year was buying a, from Z-Pack, once again. It's, I mean, you pay so much money for it, but I got a Z-Pack 20-degree Goose down bag, and it costs it's $420, but it saves a ton of weight. This thing weighs right around 1 pound, or 19. No, it's 19 ounces. So this right here, this saves me 1 pound in weight. I just had this in here just for demonstration for now. I'm actually storing this on my shelf in my closet because I don't want the down to get too compressed. But yeah, this thing, I've tested it out. super lightweight, super warm, really nice bag. Z-Packs is a hell of an outfit, man. They make some good stuff. And then last year I had fleece. I had fleece pants and a fleece sweatshirt, which I found it was just, they weren't super heavy, but the weight did add up after a while, because I think the pants were like 9 ounces, the fleece sweatshirt was like 12, something like that. So this year I bought Montbell, M-O-N-T-B-E-L-L. These are bug resistant wind pants, basically. They weigh like, I don't know, 2 ounces to 3 ounces, so this replaced my fleece pants. And I even found myself last year like sweating when at nighttime I'd clean up and I'd put on my fleece, and it'd be too hot. It was too much. So drop it down a little weight there. Extra ex officio underwear, Arc'teryx shirt. Once again, like I said, those perform awesome. Bandana just in case. Beanie, loved my beanie out there. Extra pair of Injinji toe socks, and my swim trunks, which my swim trunks were awesome because then I would just throw these on, wash my dirty clothes, clean off, and put clean clothes on, and yeah, hang everything out to dry. That's pretty much it, except for my water bladder. It's just an Osprey Hydraulics water bladder. Last year, right after I got home, I used this pack again, and this thing snapped off here. And I read online, a lot of people were giving it bad reviews because they fall apart and they break right there. So hopefully that won't happen again this year, at least not on the trail. Hopefully it'll wait till I get back. But that's about everything.